We heard.
Let us speed it up, please. Only constitutional amendment would have done this.
That is my submission. Only constitutional amendment. And I support this argument with this thing as well. In Article 62, they have given various period of disqualification: 3 years, 5 years, 4 years, depending on the gravity as Parliament thought at that time.
Repeat yourself. Repeat yourself. I didn't understand.
Article 63 has given 3 different periods of.
No, I can just pose you a question. If in SAMAA Baloch, I'm writing now the judgment of SAMAA Baloch, imagine it, and I say that 62(1)(f) does not prescribe the period of disqualification. However, I will see the other provisions of the Constitution and say that since for treason it's only 5 years disqualification, I think this is a lesser crime, and I put 2 years. Suppose it would be as valid a judgment as SAMAA Baloch, correct? For no logical reasoning, it is what I decide. I have to base my decision, a constitutional interpretation, on some logic. Either you should say I would be wrong in saying 2 years because you just picked out a number from your head. It could be 3, it could be 4, it could be lifetime. Please address this query.
There could be only 2 possibilities.
No, why not 2 years? I write SAMAA Baloch and say 2 years.
It's not written there.
Exactly. So it's all up to do with my mind.
No, but it's
nothing to do with the Constitution.
It's not written otherwise as well.
चलिए मगर ये आप इसको attend करें ना इस बात को.
If it's silent, that means
understood your point.
Until it's in field.
चलिए अगला point या फिर हम किसी और से पूछें.
This larger bench can revisit its own judgment. This larger bench can revisit its own judgment.
Let's reinterpret.
आईन में कई तरमीम गन पॉइंट पर हुई। चीफ जस्टिस के रिमार्क्स हम आपको बताते हैं कि क्या उन्होंने कहा। या तो फिर हम डिक्टेटरशिप को ठीक मान लें, या फिर एक डिक्टेटर आया, दूसरा आया, तीसरा आया, सबको उठाकर फेंक दिया।
Submission is, if we are in 187, then I can object on the vires of Election Act 2023. If we are only in appeal, then we cannot argue on the vires of the Election Act.
आप तो वैसे चैलेंज नहीं करते उसे. You have not challenged varies of 232.
That's not the question. Varies of 232 is not.
Nobody has challenged the varies in the High Court or in this court.
My lord, it has been challenged in the High Court. I've given you the
There has
petition.
not been decided yet. हमारे सामने नहीं.
My submission is, if we because my lords have combined all these appeals along with section 194(3) petition. So my understanding, the way
your understanding should be found. The answer is in the order, the first order that we passed. Since election are scheduled for 8th of February, one returning officer will do one thing, another officer will do one thing. There should be clarity. It's as simple as that. Now, if you want utter total confusion in Pakistan, that every constituency, one returning officer is saying, I will follow 232, another returning officer will say, I will follow SAMAA Baloch. So we have stated very clearly, we want clarity. One way or the other, the returning officer is not a competent lawyer as yourself, it's maybe a bureaucrat. So give him clarity. That's all we're doing.
That's what I'm submitting before my lordship. While you are hearing this, you have also issued notices under section 27 or order 27A to all the Advocate General and Attorney General.
The world, to the whole of Pakistan, we've issued notice.
You might as well decide upon the vires of this thing.
वो भी कर लेंगे. आप बता दें unconstitutional है.
That is my submission.
Unconstitutional.
मैं कहता हूँ इस unconstitutional. I rely on Bas Mohammed judgment.
एक बात बताएं देखिए, आप कह रहे हैं कि ये क्लियर पार्लियामेंट ने खामोशी इख्तियार की 62(1)(f) में कुछ बताया नहीं, उसको हमने इंटरप्रेट किया. अब हमारे बाद पार्लियामेंट ने इंटरप्रेट कर दिया. क्या पार्लियामेंट का विजडम हमसे ज्यादा है या कम है एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजन को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए, इंटरप्रेट करने के लिए? किसके इख्तियारात ज्यादा, ये बताएं.
Parliament has to frame, my lord has to interpret.
they have framed the law. They have framed the law.
They had to
interpret the constitutional provision. उन्होंने कह दिया कि ये हमारा wisdom था.
They had to frame it under 239, 238, 39. They had to bring in constitutional amendment.
आप लिखा दे बास काकड़ की citation लिखा है 2012.
ALD 2012 Supreme Court 923.
And what paragraph are you relying for the
Para 50.
for declaring the law ultra vires?
Declaring the law ultra vires. So
लेजिस्लेटिव एंट्रीज के ऊपर वो केस है, उसके अंदर तो उन्होंने होल्ड किया है कि लेजिस्लेटिव एंट्रीज जो
Thank you. Anything else? Huh? Sorry, we are giving you a tough time, but we want sometimes tough questions help us resolve our own difficulties we are having in understanding things.
My lord,
Thank you
very much for giving patience.
Nani, thank you very much. Who will next? Amicus को हम पूछ लें या आपका?
नहीं, आपकी कैटेगरी में जो
आप
पोस्ट कर रहे
उस्मान साहब आ
हैं
जाइए और सब्जवारी साहब कहाँ हैं?
सब्जवारी साहब
सब्जवारी साहब पहले करेंगे या आप करेंगे? एक सेकंड, ही सीनियर, विल आस्क हिम फर्स्ट. सब्जवारी साहब, आप जो मजीद पॉइंट्स ऐड करना है तो आप कर दें.
My Lord, I gratefully adopt the arguments of my friend, and my case is also.
हाँ, बड़ा अच्छी तरह से उन्होंने आर्ग्यू किया.
जी सर.
जी.
I owe an explanation, my Lord, clarification.
थोड़ा सा माइक की तरफ आ जाए. इधर माइक. हाँ.
While gratefully adopting his arguments, I want to offer an explanation, clarification, that in my case of Mr. Muhammad Kashif, that is, my Lord, CP number 2680 of 2021. I am questioning the order of the returning officer who found him disqualified because he had relied on a fake degree in past. The returning officer's verdict was set aside by the tribunal by an appropriate judgment. Dated 4 of May 2023 at page 9 of the paper book, my lord. Then a writ petition was moved, and in that writ petition, the order of the tribunal was set aside and that of the returning officer was restored.
Zawari sahab, you support the lifetime disqualification?
My lord, I am telling that what is the point involved in my case. In fact,
सब्जारी साहब, जरा सा आपके लिए मैं वजाहत कर दूं और बाकी लोगों के लिए मैं वजाहत कर दूं. हम इंडिविजुअल केसेस